Hello everybody, High Flyers Tag Team back here with another video again today. And on today's video, we will be reviewing the entire Playmates 2020 Godzilla vs. Kong line. Now I want to clarify something before we begin this video. When I'm referring to the entire 2020 line, what I mean is that these are all the figures coming out this year in 2020. This is Wave 1 of GVK. There shouldn't be any other figures coming out this year. There might be potentially 2 of them. But from what I know and believe, I think these are the only ones coming out this year. So, let's talk about and break them down, talk about my thoughts on the GVK line by Playmates. Alright, first up will be the giant Godzilla from Playmates to come out. This one is actually, I do really enjoy it. I like it a lot better than the Jacks. It's 11 inches tall, it's shorter than the big Jacks. It's not overly sophisticated. It has articulation on the arms, on the wrist, on both sides. Now there is an issue, QC issue, warning people who want to get this, make sure you check first. My nephew got one of these and a few of my friends did. Some QC issues that you can get with this guy is this one's wrist is really loose and the hand comes off easily. Not a hard fix if the hand comes off. You can just open up the arm a bit and put it on, but just some warning. The legs can move. There's ankle rotation. The head doesn't rotate. There's a seal there, but it looks like it does. And there is, I believe, let me make sure. Yeah, so there is some articulation at the tail as well. This guy has pretty good detail. I don't necessarily like the blue on him, but I think it overall has some better detailing than the Jacks. The body portions are very different than the Jacks as well. It doesn't look as bulky. It looks a lot more thinned up. The screw holes are a bit of an issue on it. Same as the Jacks. It's one of those issues that I feel like they could have did something better about. But beyond that, the spikes look beautiful. I really love the blue coloring they used. The face on mine at least has some pretty good paint. Some of the teeth are missing a little bit of paint, but the tongue and eyes, nothing's wrong with them. It's pretty basic. They gave it pupils. I don't remember if the Jacks got pupils or not, oddly enough. There's a common other QC issue with this guy that I think almost every one of this one I've seen, whether it be in store, online, no matter what. My nephew's mine. If you look, I don't know if you guys can see, these 2 spikes at the top, they're always bent. Doesn't matter which one I get. Even on the prototypes on the Walmart website, not the prototypes they use, like the pictures, but the prototypes that they use in the ad, even they have bent spikes. It's crazy, but that is a pretty big issue with this guy. Not hard. You could take a hairdryer to him and usually fix him up. Beyond that, I do really like this guy. Like I said, he's 11 inches versus like 12. I'm not going too in-depth reviewing a lot of the ones I have already reviewed. Just a quick overview of them, because again, I've reviewed them in the past. Overall, I do like this guy. He is a great part of your collection. I think he might be potentially the weakest of the line so far, at least of the 2020 line, but he's not necessarily a disappointment. I do like some of the leg has some pretty good detailing on it. There's some, it's not too basic. There's some nice detailing on it. The toes and the fingernails and all that have specific paint. You can tell they put some effort into it. It looks like a unique mold. I do really like it. It sits up on my thing. I do recommend this one. This one is great for kids to play. And yeah, no, it's a pretty good figure all in all. Next up is the Playmates Kong 2021. Common QC issue. A lot of people are getting very dark paint. There are a few people that haven't, but nearly all of them I've seen do indeed have this weird dark paint. They might reissue it at some point. I don't know. But his articulation is about the same as the other Kongs. His arms can rotate. His rotation at the wrist. His legs can rotate. Ankles rotate. And his head is a rotation. It's a pretty basic figure. On the back, he has some nice detailing, but he also has the screw holes, just like the little Kong. That does suck, but luckily, unlike the Godzilla, this one, you're going to be looking at it mostly from the front. The Godzilla, you could turn from the side, I guess, and it would look fine. But this one, you're almost always going to have him posed from the front. I will say, this one is one of my favorites from the line, hands down. Comparing it to the other Kong, it is super bulky. Its arms are like 3 times the size of the Skull Island Kong they made. The face has some really good detailing. I really do like what they did with a lot of fur. Fur is really hard to do on a figure, but he has a nice little looking underbite here. A lot of detail, like I said, on his face. You can see scratches. He has nice scars going down his chest. His eyes have nice paint. Overall, I got a pretty good quality one. He does have some really good detail. He, though, just like Godzilla, I would say, is very good for child's play. Not really a hazard. You know, if you have a little kid, the big ones will probably be good for them. Although the Godzilla has some sharp parts, this one, you don't really have to worry about that. You know, Kong doesn't really have any issues with him. He is definitely one of my favorites of the line. I wish the paint was a little bit better, just like I wish it was more like the prototype. But all in all, yes, I do recommend this guy. Basically, I recommend the whole line, just to say in advance. But just if we're being specific, this one is a great one to add to your collection. Even for collectors, he is a very good detail, and I think he's potentially going to be a really good first look at 2021 Kong. Okay, next up is the Playmates 6-inch 2021 Kong. I would say universally this is probably being agreed on as either the best or the second best of the line. The Kong is really good. He comes with an axe, really cool accessory. It's actually a really nice feature. He stands out really well. It's got some beautiful blue on it. It looks like a bone. Kong has some really good articulation. Alright, I'm back. So Kong has some really good articulation. You can move his arms basically every direction, and it's basically on a ball joint almost. Same with the elbow, and you can basically move in any direction. The wrist has articulation, and you can kind of open and close its fist to take the axe in and out, which is a really nice feature. Legs can move basically in any direction, sort of. Ankles can go up and down. No ankle articulation. I meant to say the knee. Head has articulation. It has a really nice range of articulation for a 6-inch figure from Playmates. I do really like the articulation on this guy. Like I said, the axe has some really nice detail, and the figure all in all has some really good detailing to it. The battle damage itself, it's probably actually, for being one of the best figures, it probably is the worst detail battle damage. It's literally just extremely plain. But as you see, here's the piece, and there's two little hinges things you can notice on the battle damage itself. There's two little spots that you plug in to the battle damage, which I'm trying to see to no luck. But once you get it in, usually you can get it back out. Let's see. Alright. And I got it in. Okay, I got it in for the most part, I think. I might have to fix it off camera a bit more. As you can see, it sticks out a little bit. It's easy to take off. There's a little piece right here when it's in all the way that you can just pluck it out with your fingers. No big deal. So yeah, you don't really have to worry about it necessarily falling out and your kid's choking on it, but it could become an issue if they learn how to pull it out. But most of mine have stayed in really well. I've heard some complaints about it, but yeah, all in all, I think this guy is definitely one of the best of the line, and I do definitely highly recommend this one. To finish up the ones that I have already made videos on, talked about in the past, here's the Godzilla Heat Blast one. Another great one in my collection. I really do love this guy. Mine had a little bit of a QC issue, if you can see. The one spike bent, which is a little annoying, but beyond that, it's fine. It has some pretty great detail to it. It's basically the big one, but shortened. You can move the arms. The head has what looks like a joint, but it's like, if you go to move it, it makes a really weird popping sound, like it's not supposed to be moved. Legs can move. Ankle has the same issue as the head, where you can slightly move it, but all in all, it feels like it's like not supposed to move. The tail's on a ball joint, so it gives you a wide range of articulation. The transparent blue spikes look gorgeous. They have a bit of a white tone to them, which I really love. The atomic breath is rubber. Your kids aren't going to get hurt on it. You can easily pull it in and out. The jaws can open and close too. Here, so I don't have to. As you can see, on these guys, the jaws can open and close, which is a nice feature. And there's a little hole. If you take the atomic breath out, there's a little hole up top that you can squeeze it in with. So it's all in all really nice. It's a nice charcoal black. It's a beautiful, gorgeous figure. The spikes on it are absolutely beautiful. And I assume this is going to be a power-up in the film, but I can't confirm that. But all in all, this is definitely a great one to add to your collection. And its accessory, as you guys see in a minute, can work on the other Godzilla too, which even gives you more reason to get it. So the only other big issue I have with it, other than this QC issue that I don't necessarily know how to fix just yet, I don't know, I should have painted these spikes up here. I don't know why they didn't. And at the tip of the tail too. On the promotional image, it goes all the way up basically, but here it just kind of fades off. I don't know why. But again, detailing is great. I do think this is a great 6-inch Godzilla for the new line to add to your collection. And it scales pretty nice with the SH Monster Art Burning Godzilla 2019 I put it by. If that gives you any thought, they're about the same size. So there you go. So on to the new guys I have not talked about at all yet. First off, we got the Radio Tower Godzilla here. Now, I did not put his battle damage in yet because I'm saving it for the show off because the other one has the same battle damage. You can see a nice rib cage popping out. And on the other side of the battle damage piece, you can see his ribs through it. As you guys can see, some really nice detailing. The articulation is the exact same as the other Godzilla. Everything, the mouth can open and close, ball joint. As you can see, mine's stiff because I just got it. I literally just got it today. So most of the figure's the same, except the paint is more like the big one. It's more of a gray, and the spikes are not transparent. They're completely solid through. It comes with this really nice radio tower accessory that's completely rubber, as you guys can see. So your kids, your kids aren't gonna get hurt on it. It's completely rubber. It's like the most rubbery thing in the line. And you can squeeze it, not that in. There's like, you can kind of squeeze it in the Godzilla's hand, maybe. Maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe not. I had it in his hand. I don't know what happened. Oh, it's supposed to go in Godzilla's hand, though. There you go. Oh, well, I had it in his hand, but it fell out. But, yeah, you're supposed to be able to, because it's rubber, too, so it can squeeze into Godzilla's hand nice and tight. You can just maybe get it in there, but for some reason, mine already doesn't want to sit in there. But it's a cool little nice detail accessory. It's made for something for Godzilla to hold. Basically, it's kind of like a weapon, I guess, for the kid's toy. So I don't know if there's any plot relevance to the radio tower in the movie. I'm going to try to put this in his hand real quick. Yeah, but I don't know if there's any plot relevance to it in the movie, but whether it is or not, it's most likely just a nice little accessory for kids to play with. I finally got it in his hand. It's not staying in there very well. Something cool I was trying to mention with the last one is... Here, let me do it.
So I took the atomic breath out of the other one, and... Let me get it in there. Hold on. Oh, the radio tower fell out again. Cool! That's what I expected. Alright, and we're almost there, ladies and gents. Oh, hold on. I'm trying my hardest right now to get the radio tower back in his hand, but it's not... I'm not sure why it doesn't want to stay in. It's weird because they designed this to fit his hand or whatever, but, like, it does not want to stay in his hand.
Okay. So as you guys can see, you can have him with his radio tower and the atomic breath piece. It's a really nice detail. It's really cool that you can have the atomic breath in both this one, and then the radio tower you can throw it, because for some reason it will not stay in his hand. I don't know why they designed it like that, to where it basically will not stay in his hand unless I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I need to look at the box. But as you see, you can just pop the battle damage piece right in, nice and tight. Boom. It's like it was never even there, as you guys can see. So I do like some of the detailing too. If you guys can see on this nice solid chest there. It's a really good figure. I'm starting to think I probably like this one more than the other one. They're the same mold, they have the same articulation, just different paint, different accessories. I mean, like, if we compare them side by side, they're the same figure. I mean, they're the exact same, except just different paint and stuff. So, I mean, if you want to buy two of them, again, it comes with different accessories and they're different details. So, I mean, it's not bad to own both. They're cheap. Together, they'd be like 20 bucks. So, I do indeed recommend them, though. Okay, so on to the last and the one that I was most hyped about. I think a lot of people were, too. The Skullcrawler. Man, it was so cool to see this guy. I was not expecting to get him. I wasn't expecting to get the radio tower one today, too, because the Walmart I went to said they didn't have it. But I just showed up, and they had like, 2 left, and I was like, wow. So we finally got a fully articulate Skullcrawler. So you see his jaw can open quite a lot. It's insane how much it can open. It doesn't seem like you can really close it. It looks like that's the most it can close. I don't think it can close anymore. The arms you can move, kind of. They're basically up and down. You can turn them. They're not like the Kong. It's up and down and turn, which kind of sucks. But the arms down here kind of on a ball joint too. So you can get some good poses out of them. Nothing too crazy, but you can get some good poses out of them. You can see a nice rib detail in the back here. The inside of the battle damage piece doesn't have anything, but the outside here has some nice detailing. And whenever we put the battle damage on, maybe, hold on. Oh, wow, this battle damage is really weird. Very different, very different. So I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. There's a bit of it sticking out. That kind of sucks if that's what it's supposed to look like. But as you see, it's a really nice articulated Skullcrawler. The battle damage, this one looks like it would be... It was kind of weird to push in, but there's the slot right there to pull it out. But again, it's a really nice articulated Skullcrawler. And his other accessory that comes to them is the Hollow Earth Anti-Gravity Vehicle, which, for a little just accessory, it's extremely detailed. Like, I'm surprised. Nothing on the bottom, but the sides you can see like the fans and the propellers. There's nothing on the bottom again. There's a front window painted on. I mean, they actually did put some shocking effort into this. I am really surprised, and I am genuinely surprised. So, alright everyone, so this has been my Godzilla vs. Kong 2021. This movie, this is the 2020 line release review. I might have one more review coming tonight because I bought the reissue of Skull Island Kong for some reason. So I might review that and let you guys know if I think the re-release is better than the old one. But I highly recommend the Godzilla vs. Kong line. Playmate really outdid themselves with it. It's a really good line. A lot of people, I don't think, expected this high of quality from them. And they did a pretty good job for the GVK line. So I highly recommend it. 2 of the best ones easily are the 6-inch Kong and the 6-inch Skullcrawler, but the other ones in the line are extremely good as well. You know, I really do enjoy the giant ones. I think the giant ones are good, whether people like them or not. I know a lot of people trash them, and then obviously I still think the 6-inch Godzillas too as well are really good. I think the Kong stuff, as per usual Playmates, probably a bias from their 2005 line, but I think they're usually the best line out of these figures, but that's not discrediting their work on the Godzilla line. It's still good nonetheless. So, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please share, subscribe. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, have a great day. Peace out, and bye-bye. Got it.